on lichess via Twitch. I'm International Master Will Paschall. We are doing our Thank God It's Friday routine. I work 7 days a week, but I still pretend that Friday is somehow special. Welcome everybody. Astrobate, what's up? Actually, I do have a weekend. It spans somewhere from Friday afternoon till Saturday afternoon. I have something like 23 hours off. That's my weekend, boys and girls. Get ready to start the weekend. Astrobate, what's up, my friend? Ready to get started? We're going to take challenges 5+3. 5+3 casual Blitz challenges here on lichess. We'll wait for everyone to gather. No longer can send emails. They disabled the email feature. Email my subscribers on Twitch. So it's hard to notify everyone that streams will be special, or that's supposed to be a feature they temporarily disable and then bring back. But I guess I'll just have to send notifications to everyone on the team on lichess for now. Let's see who's here. Mubot, Astrobate, TV Viewer, Carbon, Cooking Rooks, King Marcher. Well, anyway, we're live. What is up? Astrobate. We had a good stream yesterday going over games. Subscriber stream. Let me see what I've got here for warm-up games. Play, create a game. Slaggy. Lobby. 5+3. Casual. Causal. 5+3 causal. 3-0 causal. It's too fast, man. 2+11. Like, what kind of time control is that? 2+11? What? Where'd you come up with that? That's crazy. Alright, we got a challenge. Perfect. Sean Elias Pinto. Perfect time control. My favorite time control for Blitz is 5+0, but it doesn't give us any time to talk about the game, so when I'm streaming I like to play the increment 5+3. It sort of buffers my time so that I can discuss moves and not totally get in time pressure. Though lately I've been drifting a little bit too much. The other day I had a game in the 5+3 time control against Hey It's Mira where I was like 8 seconds to 5 minutes, or 8 seconds to 3 minutes, and I ended up like losing on time. I mean, it's just ridiculous to put myself in that situation. That's going too far. Okay, so I talked about the Vienna the other day, yesterday. I never used to play e4, e5, but I've been experimenting with it, so this should be cool. I was just telling someone they should play this. Now, why do I forget this variation in like one day? God, this is what we're supposed to do. Bishop b5, knight takes. What would happen if bishop b5, bishop d7? Knight takes e4, pawn e4, queen e4. And something like queen e7 with a gambit. We'll leave that for Mamajarov to try out. King Marcher just subscribed tier 1 for 7 months. Thanks for being a subscriber, King Marcher. Making merch. Yes, that's the move. So I think I'm supposed to take on c3. I was revolting against this before, but I looked at it. I don't like doing this. It's trading a powerful knight in the center for a knight on the side, and it's like building his center. So I really don't like making that move, but it looked at the theory, and this is what Black's recommended, and I checked it with the computer, and I think it was the best move. But I really hate playing knight takes c3 in general, in all kinds of positions. In the Alyakin's defense, in the Nimzovich. Yeah, I don't know what happens if he keeps his bishop here. Bishop a4, b5, I guess e5's hanging, so he has to make that capture. So white gives up his white square bishop. He has space because of the e5 pawn. White castles queenside here. I guess you can castle either way. I would assume that both options are on the table. I really have never played this line, but I think you're on the right track. Mostly they're in a castle queenside. Bring the rook to this half open file. This is my first time playing this position. I somehow don't know about bishop f4, but I looked at the stats and white's score was kind of bad. I mean, frankly, like queen f3 is a newer line. Traditionally in the Vienna, white always played knight f3 there. Asterbait had an interesting game the other day with d3, kind of a lesser known game, like lesser known variation. So this knight can go to d4. I don't know what's going on with me. I've got some kind of weird allergic cough. I really don't like coughing on the stream, but what can I do? So c5, queen b8, queen d7, bishop e7. You have not seen this, and I just began playing it last week. You don't play the right move, man, with white. Now, he castled kingside. As I said, I think it's possible to castle either way. Routine development. Like bishop e7, queen g3 castles, bishop h6. I don't know about routine development here. I think I'm going to pass on the routine development. Like, seriously, bishop e7. I guess I have to go agriculture. Wow. If queen g3, g5 is the plan. I mean, I guess now, I don't know. I guess I'll castle. But that was the plan. If he went queen g3, we go crazy with g5, h5. No, but it's not easy. I mean, this pawn really cramps my position. Now I can play king h8. That's a different plan. Slightly different than playing g5. Man, he seems like a strong 1400. This is a good player for 1400. He knows this setup. Very logical play by white. No, I'm on the fence about white castling. I would seriously consider castling kingside. It seems safer. Strategically well played by white. So, I'm at a standstill now. Don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm out of ideas. And if I move my queen, he takes my if I move my queen, he takes my bishop out with bishop g5. It's pretty crazy. This play by white is strong. So I guess, I mean, moving my queen makes sense, but where? Queen e8? This move seems passive. It is passive. But I'm threatening to take on c4 now. My white seems like a high-level positional player. Guys, I'm just taking challenges. You don't have to be a subscriber to the stream, but you do have to challenge me in the correct time control and have at least 100 games. Smiling Fish has enough games, but no time control. Alright, Making March, J. Gomez Garcia. So now bishop g5 is a strong move for white strategically. Advanced positional concepts. Trading off the enemy bishop pair. Very positional. It's like the Nimzovich 1400. What's up, Snuggles the Snail? Grandma Knight. I saw this article on yesterday on my phone. There was like an article about Kasparov, and it was like the greatest chess player in the world, Garry Kasparov. The greatest chess player in history. Like, who declared Garry Kasparov the greatest chess player in history? That's pretty arrogant. Why? When was it decided that he's greater than Magnus Carlsen or Fischer? He like declared himself that? I mean, I like Kasparov, but that's pretty arrogant self-description. I don't think there's any evidence that Kasparov is superior to Fischer or Carlsen. He's one of the greatest 3 chess players. I mean, this play by white is... What is this? Are you a master? He's pretty good. How can white be 1400? What is going on here? He must have some serious tactical weaknesses that aren't showing up in this game. I don't know. I guess I just didn't play him in the right kind of position. But it's more usual to see people who are good at tactics and bad at strategic play. My opponent is like 1400, but he's very strong strategically. That's extremely unusual. It's much harder to learn strategic concepts than master tactics. Snuggles the Snail, great to see you. You just reminded me of Kasparov. That's like a very crazy thing. Garry Kasparov, the greatest chess player of all time. According to who? First of all, it was never established he was better than Fischer. There's no way to prove that. Yeah, analysis of the accuracy of their moves. It's a good idea. If you compared those 3 players, man, I mean, white's play is straight up Nimzovich. It's like Zen chess or something. Playing white. He's way too strong to be 1400. Sophisticated positional play. Possible he loses on time or makes tactical blunders. Yeah, I don't know what I'm even thinking here. He is Nimzovich. Well, I was kind of hoping for that, I guess. Now he hangs a pawn. Time pressure. After basically playing a perfect strategic game, he just randomly played knight a5, knight c6, knight d5, or whatever that was. He could have gone back to b2. So again, like, very unusual. Much easier to master tactics with stuff like puzzle practice. But this player has strong strategic play. Man, I mean, you could master tactics very easily and be like 2000 based on the way you play that game strategically. That you got the hard part. Now you just need to get better at tactics, which is easy. Making merch. I guess it was just clickbait, you know. I don't remember though. It was some kind of reliable. It was some major news portal. I was shocked that I'd never seen anyone claim Garry Kasparov was the greatest chess player of all time. Maybe at his peak or something, but even then there was this ongoing discussion constantly. It was never decided whether Kasparov was truly better than Bobby Fischer. And now you've got Carlsen. It's even less clear who the greatest chess player of all time is it's basically a coin flip between those three. Kasparov has no right to claim that. Making March. He has no more right than Fischer or Carlsen to claim to be the greatest player of all time. In my IMHO. I'm trying to be fair, but that's just clickbait. The greatest chess player. How do you say that? Because he had the highest ELO? Actually, Carlsen was probably higher than Kasparov by ELO. A lot of people consider Magnus to be the greatest player of all time because he's more modern. Chess is harder. More competition now than ever. I don't know. Making March, are you here? J. Gomez Garcia. Smilefish re-challenge to the correct time control. Leon. And then another challenge from the same guy again, but I can't play the same player multiple games. You connection problems. What's up? I have connection problems. Maybe I'm the one with connection problems. What's going on here? Yeah, it would be cool to compare the accuracy of all their games. Of course, that's not everything. Comparing human players to computers. It's a way to do it, and it's the only way, really scientifically, we have to compare their play, I guess. But I'm a little bit hesitant, to just call it by CPL or whatever. But it would be interesting, I agree. Alright, next game. I guess making merch is got connection problems indeed. So, I don't know, my site was acting a little weird too here. I couldn't leave that page for a sec. Welcome everybody to my stream. We're taking challenges. 5+3 Blitz. I always thought this was the Two Knights Tango. Georgy Urlov wrote a book back in the 90s on the system, which I don't own, actually. I've played it now and then as a surprise weapon. I've certainly had it played against me a couple of times. I got crushed by Grandmaster Victor Erdos in a Blitz game. One critical line. So I don't know this too well. Very rarely do people actually push d5. But I think this is what Black's kind of hoping for. e4. I mean, e4 is possible. e4 is possible based on queen d4, double attack. Sometimes you see white play queen d4 right away. But e3 looks somehow wrong. Obviously inhibiting this bishop at c1. But it certainly takes the sting out of bishop c5, huh? I don't know. If bishop e4, he just plays like queen b3. I have never gotten this far in this line. I hope multiple pieces don't get attacked simultaneously somehow. Bijak, welcome. Good to see you guys. So, good morning, everybody. I feel pretty good today. As I was saying as the stream started, I basically work every day, but I have like 23 hours off from this afternoon into Friday, into Saturday morning. Tomorrow is my day off, or tonight and tomorrow morning are my day off. So I do celebrate Fridays a little bit. Now that only attacks one piece, which is a relief. Now there's no queen a4 check, so I can go ahead and play d6 here. The danger is white overextending himself. I've never gotten this far. I don't think I have a single... I mean, I've played the Two Knights Tango maybe like 3 or 4 games in tournaments, and no one ever challenged it with d5. Basically, people are afraid to do that. Though I'm sure that it's okay for white if you play carefully. But anyway, like Georgi Orlov did an analysis of this line in his book. Now f4 at some point would be critical test. He's reinforcing this knight to recapture like that. So if he plays like a3, I'll come back. I want the knights to remain redundant. If possible. Remain redundant. Stay where you are. Come out with your hands up. So now we have really bad threats. Bishop c5, knight d3 check. Is white's queen possibly trapped? Probably not, but this is trouble. This is not good. So I have knight d3 check. It's funny, does knight d3 check drop a piece for me? Queen h4, knight d3 check, king d1, knight takes b2 check, king c2, and my knight is trapped? It's a pretty funny line. Funny, haha. My knight is trapped on b2 by the king on c2. Surely there's some sort of tactic. So we don't want to just blindly make moves like this. Calculate first. Knight d3 check, king d1, knight b2 check, king c2. My knight is stranded. Stranded on c2 with no support. However, if I take first, it would certainly change the scenario. We could support it with bishop f5. But that may not be enough anyway. It's still not going to rescue my knight. Knight d3 check. Let's say cd, knight d3 check, king d1, knight b2 check, king c2. It's just as trapped as it was before. So here I'm guilty of playing the move without really calculating a lot. I mean, I'm opening up my bishop, which has to be okay. But doing this, it does build his center. You know, he takes toward the center. And that's what I expected. Now he's going to lose because of knight d3 check. The queens go off. He no longer has f2 protected. So now he just loses. There's also knight d3 check, king d1, knight f2 check. Knight d3 check, king d1, knight f2 check, king e1, knight d3 check. But I mean, you can do that whenever. The hot tourist got a hot. Alright, it's a bad joke. Smilefish, Leon Toluca. Oh no. The Wraith, Leo Ad Wraith. He's missing a couple of problems there. Wrong instance. Rated is not acceptable. You don't have enough games. Everyone else is cool. He's trying to challenge me to rated. That's illegal. Smilefish, you're up next. Smilefish, you're up next. That's pretty funny. Alright. White resigned. Can I just see this for a second? This opening? I've never had anyone like play d5 before. Someone actually played knight b8. Yeah, you can always play knight b8. But whatever. Knight e5, e3. Dovzhik. I know him. But I mean, e3 is just a non-theoretical move. This is main line. e4, e6. Queen d4. And there's some good players with black. De La Riva. and house rat. The house rat. Bishop d2, bishop d2, knight d2, d6, whatever. All right. No one's ever really played e3. That's just not a usual move there. Not consistent. d5 and e3 are not consistent. Smile fish. You're on camera. So I hate knight f3. Although I play it a lot myself, it's out of sheer laziness. Please don't tell me you're going to play the London system. Good. Most people who play knight f3 are not likely to transpose to the London system. $1,500 question mark, 1927 rapid. So that's pretty solid. The only requirements here to play are 100 rated games in Blitz or longer, and casual. Wow. I've seen this before somewhere. Wonder who plays this with what? What are you doing? Alright, that's just crazy, dude. I would never play that move. Well, maybe, just for fun. H4 is just an unsound coffee house kind of move. What's our best reaction? Probably bang, you know. Let him have his h5, but we're going to strike in the center. My immediate reaction was to play h6. But the strongest reaction to a wing attack is a strike in the center. So I'm trying to be principled here. Queen a5. Queen a5, knight d2, e6. Maybe just e6. I don't know. I mean, should I think about h6? Something along that line? Yes, I should. You know, I could take with the pawn here. Kind of build my presence, my defensive presence on the king side. So white is basically playing some kind of weird setup. I'm not convinced by my play here. I was expecting a different move there by white. Maybe his move is good. I don't like the way I've played this. h6 and bishop g4 doesn't seem right. But I got away with it. Objectively, h4 is bad. But black has to be accurate. Knight takes e4. Knight takes e4, bishop f5. Wait, what? Knight takes e4, knight takes e4. Bishop f5? How does he defend against that? Bishop d3. Bishop takes e4, bishop takes e4. Queen e7. That's interesting. Interesting. So how's the E file treating you? Yeah. Yeah, it's like standard Benoni. Benoni-ist. The Benoni-ist. Could be a slight problem. He shouldn't really trade queens down material. Trading pieces is bad. Typical problem here, everyone plays too fast. They're used to playing like bullet, And there's this misconception that speed is more important than good moves. In 2-0, 1-0, maybe 3-0, there's an argument that speed might be as important as the moves, but I don't think so. Once we start playing like real time controls, you have to start paying more attention to playing the best move, like the objectively best move. White's just like playing fast moves, but that's fine for bullet chess, but it's not enough here. He has a lost position and 4 minutes left of his time. I mean, it's too much. You gotta slow down. For this time control. Just way too fast. Two pawns down and an ending. Pretty much hopeless for white. Two connectors on the queen side. We would say in Hungarian nulla százalék, 0% chance. Nothing percent chance for white. It's too late, man. Just give up. Yeah, I would resign here 100%. 100%. I'm resigning here with white. It's hopeless. He has 4 minutes of original 5 left in a totally lost position. It's just too fast, you know. He probably plays 1 minute or 2 minute. Is there some way I can screw this up? Probably. Our first ambulance of the day. Brought to you from Budapest, Hungary. No, I mean, I said a 0% chance, but I mean, it's always a way to screw up. I'm always proving that. I mean, I guess you don't resign against a beginner. There's like an addiction to playing super fast on online chess sites. People like think it's normal to play chess games in 1 minute. It's just absurd. I like watching grandmasters like Andrew Tang hang their pieces in 1 minute chess. That's not chess. It's a joke. It's a travesty. And a waste of time. Stalemate. The 15-second games, yeah, that's really important. That brings meaning to life. They think they're popularizing chess, but I think they're actually hurting it. Alright. Leon Toluca. Sada Masagana. Hey, it's Miro. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? I'm not sure that all popularity is good, you know. Seriously, there was a bullet tournament the other night. I clicked on Andrew Tang. He was just like hanging pieces against this other guy. It was ridiculous. You know, well, what is the point of that? I don't understand. E3. It was like, who could hang their pieces fast enough? Anyway, E3. Wow. That's a weird approach. Why not? Tricked me into playing E5. Setup I don't always go for here. This reminds me of a game I lost 30 years ago. But that wasn't the move. I mean, I think that white's supposed to play Queen C2. Objectively. There's more than one way to skin a cat. This is just an exchange. An exchange of pieces, basically. I don't know. Wow, he doesn't want it. Nice. Maybe white has something here. After all, both our knights have to go to stupid squares now. Is white better? Almost completely symmetrical. Should I have taken with a knight on d5? But I guess like 1 minute chess is no more stupid than hot tub streaming in a bikini or something. Just chatting from the hot tub in a bikini. Twitch like cut off Amaranth's advertising. There's a big scandal about it. But I kind of agree, you know. She's still streaming, but there's no ads, I guess. Advertisers were complaining. This has been a raging debate on Twitch for a long time about like sexualized content, turning off advertisers. But I think it's no less a waste of time than playing bullet chess, honestly. I tried a little just chatting myself recently. It didn't really fly. Lichess doesn't support your stream if you do just chatting. So I'm gonna stick with chess for now till I start gaming. I should seriously, can I introduce you to Anna Rudolph? I haven't seen Anna a long time. I don't know. I don't know where to find her currently. I'm not even sure she's in Hungary. She's probably like in another country. No, I'm not close to Anna. We were always civil to each other, but I never was like friends or something. Can't really help you there. She made one of her final IM norms against me by playing in a tournament and making a good result against me. I mean, I was in one of the IM tournaments where she made her title. I never thought she would be an IM, but she's decent, and she almost beat me. She blew a winning king and pawning game against me. It was one of the worst tournaments of my life. I was drinking too much, and I didn't really care. And I just wasn't motivated, but they paid me to play. But I basically had a lost position, and she couldn't win a winning king and pawning game. It was a miracle. But it's happened to the best of them. I think her king and pawning game technique is a little suspect. Knight d3. Wow, this is a cool exchange sack by Leon. But also, like, another player who he's got a minute used of his 5 minutes, and he's like making exchange sacrifices. Man, you sure didn't double check that very deeply. He's just like intuitive, right? Totally intuitive. So he's fast. 2100 Blitz. It's not a bad exchange sack. I mean, the lines are closed. It's hard for me to use my rooks. My d5 pawn is a target. You know, if there was more time, it would be hopeless. But in a fast game, it's worth a try. You know, he has some chance. I'd like to double on the c file, but I'm going to drop my d5 pawn. Is it worth it? It might be worth it to like get the queens off the board. I don't know. It's a pretty cool exchange sacrifice by white, honestly. Friday's the People's Day. The People's Day. People's Court. I miss People's Court. They still have that, right? Do you watch daytime TV, Asterbate? Judge Wapner. The People's Day. Today is the People's Day. You don't have to be a subscriber to play. Man, this was a nice exchange sack. I'm serious. You know what? I'm going to give him the pawn. I'm not into this. Queen's on the board. I'm up the exchange. My pawn is a freaking liability anyway. I'm constantly babysitting that pawn on d5. Might as well just give it to him. Get rid of the knight, I know, but there's like no way to get rid of it. Wow, what a move. Queen b4 he came up with. Whoa. Check this guy out. Queen b4. What a move is that? He's like a maniac. Today is the 1st of May. Tazik, what are you doing? You're confusing me. 21st of May. Tomorrow was my mom's birthday. She would have been... She passed away 2 years ago, but she would have been 89. Oh no. So Leon blundered bishop f8 after all that. What am I telling you guys about moving too fast? He's got 3 minutes left and then misses a simple tactic? Are you kidding? Bad time management. No, you got the wrong date, Teze. I guess there's a joke about it. May Day. Man, I mean, this was an interesting game by white. Honestly, like a nice positional exchange sacrifice. Now here, should I have taken with the knight on d5? This was a mistake by me. I want to try to understand, how do we know to take with the knight in this position? You know, probably I shouldn't have done d5 at all. It was premature. Maybe like rook e8 or something. But anyways, I should have taken this way. If he plays the same way as in the game, somehow that exchange of pieces in my position is not as cramped. But what I was impressed by was this. I didn't see, like, the computer says I'm better by 4.3 here. What did I miss? Queen e7. Okay. Queen e7. I guess it wasn't that good. But man, I mean, he drifted into a playable position, right? Was he ever okay here? I guess after knight e4 he's okay. Was this a good move to play queen c7 and sack that pawn? It was top 3 for a minute, but the computer like second guesses it. But queen b4 I thought was a cool try. This was a cool try, keeping the queens on the board. King h8. So when he blundered a piece here with knight e7, the game was basically anybody's game at this point. 0.2 advantage for black. Alms is here. Chess 5566. Does chess have enough games? Yeah, we didn't play. Yeah, it says bishop h3. Rook f1 is a normal move. I think he has compensation. Pretty cool position. The People's Day. I didn't know that May Day was considered People's Day. Alright, folks. Let's play some Blitz. People's Court. What's up, everyone? Just taking challenges. 5+3. Oh, it's Sada Masagana who only is playing the King's Indian type stuff with black. I decided to play in English this game. That was like my first opening, really. I played tons of Englishes in the first years. And I think that helped me develop the Sicilian with black. Problem with this line is, have any of you been to a May Day rally? What do you mean by rally exactly? In Romania, in Hungary, they like spray water on the girls or something, some sort of ancient tradition. Then there's like these people who go down the street like chasing off the evil spirits and stuff. There's all these like pagan traditions that originate from long ago for May Day. Pre-Christian sort of stuff. Knight on g to e2, d6. Yeah, rallies like where you go to support Donald Trump, I guess. What am I doing here? Rallies become like a political meme. H3. They have like race car rallies and stuff too. That's like a track meet for race cars. Yeah, right, the Druids. So ancient traditions. But it's not May Day, it's the 21st of May. I've got to break it to you, Tezek. It's the 21st of May. So May Day is long in the rearview mirror. We're way beyond that now. I got all these messages. What are these messages? Alright, 4 challenges currently. We already played Leon. I try not to play the same player twice. Give everyone a chance to play. Welcome, friends. Summer is almost here. Stopped raining, at least in Budapest. We had rain for like 3 days in a row. Abject Pawn. Just came from a stream where they were talking politics. Someone went off the deep end. I will occasionally bust out politics, but try not to go off the deep end. The deep end is bad. Bishop f5. Okay, this is an interesting move, I guess. No biggie. I wanted to play d4. Somehow I'm afraid of d4 knight b4, but that was sort of silly. I probably should play d4, objectively. Spring isn't here yet. Yeah, we had tons and tons of rain in Budapest. Yeah, I don't know how the weather works in India. That's interesting. I was in Australia once. So is it like fall in India? What's the season like? H5. India's a huge country, right? So you can't really lump it into one season. You got a huge geographical area from north to south and east to west. There must be all different sort of weather regions. King h2. So h5, what are you up to, man? You're just making this up. Why did I play king h2 unprovoked? I was expecting him to play queen c8, so we played it anyway. But probably I shouldn't do that. It's wasn't there just some weather emergency in India? Like, I saw in the news. They have flooding, right? I don't think I like this a6 b5 business. How do we react to that? Passive. We're gonna have flooding in Budapest. It's been raining so much in the last week. I gotta get the windows fixed in my apartment. Leaky windows. So, alright. This is not a problem. This is probably not a problem. So we can just go about our business here for now, with eventually the plan to play. Eventually the plan would be to play b3. Abject Pawn, we don't want to know about it. Alright? Don't bring the problem with you to my stream. Whatever it is. I'd rather live in oblivion. Bishop e3. Happy oblivion. Look at this tricky stuff. Pieces outside the pawn chain, trying for tricks based on knight g4. He's gonna sack a piece. h4, g4, knight takes g4 check. Luckily all my pieces are protected. If he sacrifices a piece, he's going to get maximum 2 pawns for it. Although h4, I don't have to play g4. In fact, I won't. You know, I'm not going to give him any leverage for that sort of sacrifice. If he plays h4, we'll just take it or play nothing. You do have to watch for the odd, like knight f3, bishop takes h3 tactics. Obviously, I don't want to play f4 and drop a bishop on e3. But if I play queen d2, You know, at this point, it's like, why is my king on h2 again? That seems sort of stupid. Definitely not relevant now. I don't know. I was a blunder to play king h2 in the first place. He didn't even attack h3. I just wasn't thinking. But this Botvinnik setup, I mean, maybe black is b4 now. That's his plan. Had a game like that where I had to play knight a5 and they like took it with their white squared bishop. But I'm not sure that's necessarily good for black. I had this exact thing happen in an over the board game. That's a valuable piece. I don't know if he really wants to do that. And it's hard to gang up on that pawn. There was like a team game years ago I had. The pawn is not necessarily a problem. There's also knight c1, knight b3 now. But I think f4. Probably I should take it. I don't know where to put my king. I had e5 winning a piece there. Damn. e5, pawn takes, pawn takes. He's gonna sack a piece. Yeah, he just blundered. Blundiferous. Now f5 doesn't work. So we need something better. What should I play? Damn it. I don't know what to do. My h2 is unprotected. You can have that. I don't care about that pawn. Can't find a way to make progress here. It's really driving me crazy. Now he's got a double attack. How fast he is. Dangerous for me. He had queen f5 there for a moment. Continuous threats. Just like making random moves. He's so fast. That can't work, right? It's unbelievable how fast my opponent is. Threat of mate in 1. He's managed to avoid almost every single threat. How does he do that? I could have taken his rook. Oh my god. Man, you must play a lot of bullet, dude. He's like incorrigible. He's got 1,600 bullet games, mostly bullet. Yep, mostly bullet. Hey, it's Miro Tezek, bone atrophy. I haven't seen in a long time. Morales. Who is that Morales guy? Welcome, guys, to the stream. Mostly regulars. Mostly regular visitors to the stream are with us today. This is Friday. Everyone's welcome to challenge. This Miro guy. Give him a sub. Give him a sub. All right. Speaking of subs, guys, please subscribe. Please subscribe. 17 cents a day. Subscribe to the stream. Support your local chess streamer. Immediate blunder. D4 sucks, huh? Alright, let's try something. What can I try? Mainline Benoni? Yep. So, I don't remember. I mean, Miro and I must have had another game in this before, but I can't remember. It's been a while. This is my mainline anti-Benoni system. Pretty much very popular for white. But it's not that bad for black. I think black has to be really skilled to play the Benoni. Benoni, Asterbate. Mikhail Tal played Benoni against Spassky and lost. Fischer played Benoni and won. That's probably the most famous Benoni game of all time. The knight h5, bishop takes h5 line. Fischer Spassky. Probably the single most famous Benoni game is a loss for black in that World Championship match in '72. Shid. Well, we learned something interesting about your name today, Tazek. Cow manure. Fossil fuels. Tezek means fossil fuels. Cow farts. Alright, castles. So this is standard. This is known for 20 years as like a mainline position. They exposed you. Now that's not a common move. I don't remember encountering bishop a6 before. Close encounters of the third kind. My instinct is to be super careful and play a4. Activating my rook from its original square. That reminds me of when I went to Germany in 2000 or 99, and we played the only tournament I ever played in Germany. The town like reeked of cow manure. It was like Oktoberfest. October or November. My memories. Good memories. 20 years ago. Even though I lived not far away from Germany, I've almost never played in tournaments there. Mostly just stay here in my little Hungarian enclave. I should really travel more. Get to play in some tournaments. Never traveled enough, even though I've been living in Europe. It's kind of sad. Sad. But I spent like 10 years playing poker online, so that kind of cut into my chess career. Semi-retired chess pro. Rook e8. What are we gonna do? I mean, he's given up his white square bishop. I wonder if this is a real line that he's playing here. Probably is, and I just don't know it. Bishop a6. To check it after the game. But it's bugging me a little bit. This is the classic problem now. Our pawn is weak on d5. Damn it, I don't know if this is good enough. This is probably stupid. Okay, his queen or knight. Either piece isn't really that well placed on e8. Either or either. What do you prefer? Tomato or tomato? How about rook a4? Can I lift my rook? I think this is not the place to be thinking about kingside attacks. His king is too safe. We have to play the whole board, play strategically. Attack is anything you get. I don't like my structure. You confused me with bishop a6. I'd never faced that. What the heck is that? Now I don't like my move, but what else would I play here? You know, maybe I should just play rook e1 instead of that. Why is he thinking so long? Yeah, Europe is the reason why I moved here, because I'm so close to other countries. Then I ended up not traveling at all. I mean, one of the reasons why I moved here. Then I hardly went anywhere since I've been here. In the United States, you're like trapped in one big country. It's expensive to travel too. Europe is much better. Now he took with the knight. It's like the biggest advantage of living in Europe. He didn't even take advantage of it. b6. Queen takes. So he plays solid but passive. Why go anywhere? Well, I mean, for the sake of chess. But there are a lot of chess tournaments here. I moved to Hungary for the chess tournaments. What am I doing? B6 doesn't work. Man, this is a solid move by black. What the heck was I expecting him to play? Damn it. Man, this guy is getting brutally strong. Driving me crazy. Every game he's like a rock. What do I do here? You can't beat this guy. He took with a knight on e8. Holy God. I was hoping for queen takes. It's like a dead end, man. I can't do anything. It's like no targets. There's no weaknesses. What am I supposed to attack? Seriously, what am I supposed to attack here? There's nothing to attack. Man, this is a nightmare. I'm just gonna lose to him again. I don't know what to do. I don't even have a plan. Not even a remote plan. Remote telemarketing. Queen a6, knight b6, queen b7. Probably get my queen trapped. This is sick. I don't even have a move. Oh my God. What am I doing? It's unbelievable. This happens every time I play him. He has like 3 minutes to my 8 seconds. Here we go again. Got nothing. Europe needs some sort of way to carry cash that everyone accepts. This is called the euro. Euro's doing well at the moment. We have already invented that. They already invented that, man. That's a good idea, though. Astrobate. That's already been done. Bishop f6, correct. You squeeze me. It's unbelievable. Frozen. Dude, check him out. There's an ambulance coming for me now. Am I dropping a pawn yet? Dude, this is high level play by black. Frankly, that's the thing I hate the most about Budapest. Is the freaking ambulances. I don't know, man. It drives me crazy. There are too many cars with sirens. Like, everything has a siren on it. There's no limitation to noise pollution. Oh my God. Did he miss something? Oh, he hung f7. You can tell by the hesitation. Stupid move by me. I should have played g4. Screwed this up. Damn. Literally screwing this up. What? So I was losing until like move 37. And then he finally, the wheels came off in a winning position. Wow. Okay, I was losing till he hung f7. Till move 29, 30. I'm just down a pawn here. So what's up with this opening, man? What's up with a6, bishop a6? Bishop a6 is Stockfish's #1 move. Whoa. Then it falls out. It's now second, tied for first. So that this is like only played in 6 games. Palkovi in 1990, and all the games were from 1990. That's crazy. Samuel Reshevsky versus Joe Gallagher in 1990. Damn, dude, that has to be like one of Reshevsky's last games. I didn't realize he was still playing in 1990. I never saw him in person. Sammy played a4. Yeah, I mean, what else are you supposed to do? a4, bishop takes b5, and now bishop takes b5. Well, no one played bishop takes b5 in 3 games. Wow, this is an interesting line, man. I mean, you came up with an oldie but a goodie. Three games here. Only Joe Gallagher is really strong among the black players. But it's funny. Stockfish is now changing its view to knight f6, which is what Gallagher played. Anne Cramling's mom. That's sad, dude. That's really sad. There's something wrong in the world when we're calling her Anne Cramling's mom. There's something wrong with like influencers, and I mean, that's sad. She should be the one who's famous. Pia Cramling, of course, like one of the greatest women players of all time. Yeah, I saw that too, Abject Pawn. I'm not the only person, who's complaining about the ambulance sounds of Budapest. It's out of control. There's no control on like noise pollution here, but it's probably the same like all Eastern European cities. You didn't know she was a GM? Man, dude. I mean, she was like one of the top 5 women players of all time. And Anna Cramling's mom. Who the heck is Anna Cramling? I mean, that's ridiculous. That's like Rudy Giuliani's son. Rudy, what is his name? Whatever. You got the wrong celebrity there. So bishop a6, a4, bishop takes b5, a b5. So bishop takes b5. You see, I would never play that move. You think, well, I'm opening up the a file. But Joe Gallagher played knight f6. I guess you don't have to commit, right? But you did. Why not? So bishop takes b5 with this idea. So the bishop on b5 cuts your position with control of e8 and the outpost square on c6. So they're concerned that that bishop can become, like, maybe becomes a permanent resident on c6 in some positions. See, this is very counterintuitive. But obviously, like, my bishop is restricted now, and that was what ultimately hurt me. My bishop is, like, on c4. Anyway, man, interesting game. Thank you. That's like the time I went to... play Magnus's dad, and I didn't know it was Magnus's dad till I started the post-mortem with this punk-ass kid who thought he was all that. Whatever. D4. But, you know, you don't have a right to be a celebrity because your mom was great. You have to be a celebrity of your own right. Hangers on. Pia Cramley should be the one streaming, not her family. F5. She was a great player, is. Yeah, it's a young person's thing, the streaming, I guess. That's why I do it. Keeps me young. It's easy to be a chess player when both your parents are grandmasters. That's kind of an advantage. But it could also be, like, kind of frustrating, I would imagine. It's kind of hard to avoid it. Now we've got some kind of Simon Williams mix here. I just want to bust this. Queen c2 is a normal move, right? But you've got knight c6. We're walking right into Simon Williams territory. I remember, like, someone I knew having discussion about whether or not a5 was good in these type of classical Dutches. That's the question, right? I mean, is this a threat? I don't know. I don't really know. Am I walking into a trap here? You learned a lot from... Okay. Well, they claimed that a5 was a bad move. That was the point of the discussion, I guess. This was like a classical Dutch aficionado, friend of... Not friend, but... classical Dutch aficionado... Classical Dutch aficionado sort of fan of what's his name? Simon Williams. GM Nestor Chess is raiding with a party of 14. Thank you, Matt, for the raid. What's up? Nice. We got a raid from GM Nestor. From the neighboring country of Serbia. I think we never met, but you play in the Hungarian Team Championship, probably. Queen e8. Queen e8 takes. Trying for the e file here. Guys, check out GM Nestor Chess. We've got a raid here just now. 10-minute follow. He probably can't chat. Let me see. I don't have my mod with me. Moobot is the mod. I hate modding. I like just streaming. Man, my Twitch stream is so slow. Can't even load the page. Well, I'll wait for an hour for the stream to load on Twitch. Appreciate the raids from other streamers. My Twitch is just incredibly slow to load. When I try to refresh the page, it tastes like, lately it's been worse and worse. I don't know what causes that. Maybe it's Firefox. I should just give up on Firefox. Auto mod is off. Subscribers only chat, followers only chat. Let's change this. Let's change this. I enabled subscribers only chat. No, I didn't want that. All right. You lost your adoption match against Nicola. I just turned off the 10-minute follow chat. So if you guys were trying to talk, it was set to 10 minutes. Sorry about that, but it keeps the trolls at bay. I keep it on usually. The 10-minute follow. So appreciate the raid. What's up? You have a headache or a toothache? Knight b4 was a mistake. Yeah, on d5 you play knight b4. But I think you're supposed to play e5. I don't know this variation. I don't know if I've ever had this position before. I don't think I've ever played queen c2 before in that position. How do I turn off my mod view? Edit mod view? I just want to turn off the freaking mod view now. How do I turn this off? Please. Does anyone know? Go to channel page. No. Edit mod view. I don't know. It's not important. Anyway. I did something weird to my Twitch page. Totally messed it up. Well, whatever. So knight g5 just wins material. Yeah, I mean, it was a big blunder. Teze. So queen c2, I think you're supposed to play e5, right? Maybe knight b4 will come into the equation a little bit later on. Or takes in e5, I'm not sure. Takes in e5? No, you're actually right. Wow. So that's funny. Okay, so fe4 looks like the right move. Yeah, it is takes in e5. I normally don't play this queen c2. I think I've probably played rook e1 before. Mostly rook e1. But I don't encounter a5 that much. I don't know. All I know is that a expert classical Dutch player friend of mine said a5 was bad. That Simon had encouraged people to play that, but it was supposed to be bad. What am I doing with my stream? I don't know how to get out of mod view. Does anyone know how I can turn this off? It's driving me crazy. Active mods, me. Whispers, get me out of here. I just want to turn it off. Go to channel page. That doesn't turn it off, does it? Auto mod is off. There's no obvious way to get out of this. Help. Alright, whatever. I don't know. Alright, next game. Chess 5566. So you made the mistake. You saw the opening explorer there. Like, most people did the same thing as you. Almost everyone played knight b4. And it turns out that FE and e5, that's a standard reaction. FE and e5, and you get that in. Collapse. Fixing my mod view. Alright, I fixed the window. Asparov, can I trust you with a name like that? Can send you a link to the Twitch help page, turning off mod view. No thanks, I think I figured out. In general, I allow link sharing. I don't have like a crazy amount of people on the stream. Mostly I trust them. But I think I fixed it. So bishop e4 is rare. Thanks for trying to help. I rarely go into mod view. I was just trying to disable it. I turned off 10-minute follow. So we had a raid from our neighbor. This transposes to the Roslimo, yeah, the Rogozin, Roslimo, Rogozin, whatever. Now normally I don't play bishop g5. That's most common move. CD5 and bishop g5 are main lines, but I play this like weird move, queen a4 check, mostly. Misplaced queen to force black to misplace their pieces as well. Knight is misplaced. The bishop is not great, and the pawn is inherently blocked on c7. So this congestion compensates for the fact that the white queen comes out to a4, has to pop back and lose a tempo. White should have like a very small advantage. It's kind of like a Nimzo. Basically it is a Nimzo of sorts. It's interesting, when I was learning chess in the 80s and 90s, evolving, if it were, as it were, I want to say Roslimo all the time, because it involves like a bishop move. I guess that's normal to make that mistake, but the Rogozin wasn't played by anybody, you know. It's funny, like this opening became super popular in the last 15 years. But man, Aronyan, Mamedyarov, Magnus Carlsen, you know, so many people play the Rogozin. H6, probably not a great move. Not that constructive, I want to say. Rook d1, for example, a better waiting move than a6. We're playing games with the tension in the center. It's also not right for him to play bishop takes c3. Black's giving up their dark square bishop, but he has weak squares in the dark squares. You know, the bishop b4 in the Rogozin is basically a bluff. Black doesn't really want to trade that piece off unless they have the absolute right conditions. Here, chess 5-5, you know, he traded it off without any real provocation or rationale behind that exchange. 20 plus 30, our mod hasn't changed it yet. Mubat, what are you talking about, Astrobate? You're talking about the Sunday Simul? Sunday Simul, check it out. That's my next stream. Saturdays are off. Sunday Simul 6:30 CEST, Central European Summertime. One of the few easy things to change that will dramatically improve your life. I haven't adjusted to trying to sleep properly. Sleep, man. The other day I had the worst night's sleep because of a mosquito. It woke me up at like 4 a.m. and that was it. Ruined my whole day. Yeah, I mean, when you're younger, you can tolerate it better, but in middle age, like sleep, I think becomes even more important. So a6, what do I do about a6? Seriously. He's going to take and play b5. Do I care? Objectively? I don't know. There's a lot of good moves for white, probably. What about b3 and recapturing with the pawn? And maybe my bishop preserves its life? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, knight e4, bishop b2, knight b4, queen b1. That get funky, but maybe it's good. Yeah, this is a little tricky. I think I could take the pawn. I think this is black. Black is sacrificing in exchange. I don't know if he has enough compensation. If he plays like knight b4. Well, I think if you lose a lot of sleep when you're younger, you can adapt better. But now, I used to sleep all day. Can't afford to do that anymore. The good days are over. The good old days of oversleeping are no longer. But chess here is not showing good time management. He's just kind of like making random first move he can think of. Playing quickly. But he's lost a pawn here with no comp. I try to spend my time to find the best move, but at some point you can't do that in 5+3. But time management is underrated. I think it's a very important skill that most people just don't have, especially online. And learning how to play with increment. I mean, tournament games are almost all played with increment now. Almost every over-the-board event has 30-second increment, or Blitz with like 2-second increments. People have to learn how to play with increment. They're just playing like it's sudden death. That's not good. Rapid fire. All right, we've got a new idea. b4. 10-0 is superior. I like to play, these time controls. It's fun to play non-increment. But that was a good move by him. He didn't take with a rook, and now I can't play b4. But as long as he doesn't play c5, we're good. Clear pawn up. I don't like the fact that my a pawn is backward here. So he should work on that. But objectively, black is lost. In some sense. We have a protected passed pawn. When I play a4 on the queen side, clear pawn up. And trading pieces probably doesn't save him. Though it is a good positional exchange. Black is trading a bad piece for an active bishop. No, that bishop was one of his worst pieces right out of the opening, with the bishop locked in on c8. Welcome everyone to the stream. International Master William Paschall, streaming live from Budapest, Hungary, where I reside. So yeah, so he can trade two rooks for the queen. Yeah, I mean, it's tricky if I go into that, as always. Thank you, but no thank you. I'm up a clear pawn. You know, if I trade 2 rooks for the queen, it kind of creates an imbalance that I don't necessarily welcome here. I think I would rather not go into that. Bishop b5, pawn b5, queen takes rook. I mean, it's easy if you're a computer, but it's also easy to make a mistake for white. f3. f3po. I know this looks a little weird, but keeping his knight off of e4 makes me happy. I mean, it's possible this is a mistake, weakening my structure, but no, knight e4. Yeah, that's not good. King f8 is totally exposed to attack now, so he's lost. Or no, still not lost. Take b5. Double take, he's got knight e8. I don't really want to take those 2 queens for the rook. I have knight c6 instead. And he doesn't risk it. Just trading pieces. But c6 is gone. Goners. That's going to be a problem. Rook a8. His last chance for counterplay was against my a2 pawn. We have oxygen bars. There used to be oxygen bars here in Budapest. Probably still around. Though I would think with COVID, maybe the oxygen has more important value in the hospital. I've never been to an oxygen bar masturbate, but it sounds kind of addictive. Well, anyway, all right, guys, we've got time for some more games. About 45 minutes left. Centralize the king. You know, he's not going anywhere. I'm still going to keep him off of b4. I don't like him in my position. This is a guaranteed win. Probably I'm going to have to break through on the king side. My king has to penetrate into his position to win on the king side. He's able to hold off these 2 pawns. Okay, it's not even necessary. I mean, I can win with the queenside pawns. It's over. Take all pawns and then make 5 queens and stalemate. Bad technique. We can't lose on time if we take his last pawns. That's good technique, really, in Blitz. Eliminate the chance of losing. Nefedov can win with white. Nefedov's dangerous. You don't need like to be 5 pawns up. You can win of your own natural ability. Proper endgame technique. Laziness with the 2 queens. We got the technique with the pre-moves. I am not known for my pre-move skill. Been some time since it's been time to resign for white. Am I white every game today? No. But I've had a lot of whites. Like, it seems like I'm white almost every game today. Alright, we got time for 3 more games, it looks like. Approximately 3 more games. Thanks for the raid earlier. From Nestor Chess. Grandmaster from Serbia. We've had our Friday Blitz stream. Guys, please support the stream and subscribe if you can. Oh no, not the C3 Sicilian. Oh, dude. You know how to ruin someone's Friday. How much do I hate this opening? Nefyadov, you haven't been around enough. Asteroid, did you play the game? What game? Man, every time I play the C3 Sicilian, I feel like I'm bogged down in a swamp or something. Stuck in the mud up to my knees, like trying to get myself out. That's literally how it feels playing this with black. Bishop e2 though? That doesn't seem right. Vita Levente and I had some games. But I'm sure he's playing Bishop d3, not Bishop e2. Bishop e2 leads white to a slightly passive setup. You know, he doesn't have nearly as aggressive play with that diagonal. Yeah, it's either Bishop d3 or Knight a3, I guess. It's still nothing for black. What does it mean for me? I mean, your d-pawn is more solid with the protection from the queen. You have less good control of e4. The only good squares for black here are d6 and d8. I don't know. a5 is an outside possibility. This is normal. But I'm just trying to think, what's the difference here? What's the difference here with this bishop position for black from black's perspective? White has less maneuvers like knight e4. He's going for queen attack with a knight. Maybe I should play queen d8. I can't remember. I had this position years ago against leg breaker. But I think I can't figure it out. You know, what significance does this bishop have on d3 versus e2? What does that matter here? Bishop f4 is not possible, so bishop c4, and then it would just transpose, so it wouldn't matter now if he plays bishop c4. a6, bishop d5, ab. It's a transposition. So if white plays bishop c4, I've literally played this position before. I think it's some kind of obscure variation. But maybe I should play queen d8. I just remember there being a difference somehow. Bishop takes. What's the difference if my queen is on d8 or b8 here? I have no clue. What does that matter? b8 seems better because I can play rook d8 now. Chess 5566. Welcome. Hello. So his bishop finally found the way to the astrobate diagonal. Good old queen d3. And that sort of happy horse shit. That was one of my dad's favorite expressions. Dad jokes. Mild profanity. We've got bishop c2. If I play knight b4, if I were to play knight b4, what is the point? Knight b4, bishop e4, bishop c6. Knight b4, bishop e4, bishop d7. Knight e5, bishop c6. Queen h5. I'm in trouble. Chess 5566. Sorry. My old age and senility prevents me from remembering one game earlier. What am I supposed to play here? Rook d8. Rook d8, queen d3, g6. Let's do it. Oh, you're winning a pawn? I stopped calculating one move threats. Oh my god. He takes my pawn on b5. That's alright. That was not nice of you. I forgot he's attacking this. I think you played too fast, if I remember correctly. I'm constantly telling people to take their time, that they're playing too fast. Chess 5566. It seems like my advice every single game. Yeah, I wouldn't play simuls against title players. Probably not a good idea. Not optimal. I guess you shouldn't challenge more than one player at the same time. I never challenge more than one player at the same time, unless it's a simul. That's the one time I make an exception. Yeah, of course you don't know that they're both going to accept your challenge at the exact same time. I understand. You didn't mean it that way. Knight a2. Grabbing a pawn. How about my bishop? How's your bishop doing? He's got knight e5 now. That's pretty nasty. Oof. Man, knight e5 is a bad idea for me to allow that. This may have been a very serious mistake. So I'm about to lose on time to abject pawn. 2.5 minutes. He's 1500 in bullet, 2170 in rapid, but you got 2.5 minutes more than me? I honestly don't get it. Alright. He's fast for a non-bullet player. I don't know, man. Why are you 1500 in bullet? That seems pretty sus. I don't care about bullet anyway. How could he be 1500 though? Like, even if you didn't try, with that rating, you can't be 1500 in bullet. It's like physically impossible. I don't feel like losing a pawn right now. Yeah, I play on an IBM ThinkPad. I'd never used a mouse. I'm just kidding. Alright. Oh, this is crazy. I guess I shouldn't play that move. Maybe just, like, let him put his rook on c5, whatever. I think there were dangerous ideas of sacrificing an exchange with the queens on, with rook c5. I should have just, like, let him go rook c5, kept my bishop on g7 to defend the king side. This is okay now, but it was a little risky for a moment there. So it's like very weird game. Wait, has all the pawns on the wrong color, but he's probably like unbeatable. Playing this badly. I doubt black can win this though. I'm 14-1 against Ajikpan. I mean, that's unbelievable. He's got all of his pawns on the wrong color. Every single one. Just miscalculated. Strange. Alright. Smilefish we already played. Nefyadov is up next. Leon already played. Nefyadov and Heroku would be the next. This may be my last game, guys. No, I've got time. Sorry, I've got time. Yeah, we've got time for at least... Oh my god, I almost played the... Why do I want to play the... Why do I want to play this against Nefyadov? No. No, Nefyadov. No Alyakin's defense for you. I really don't play. I have 0 bullet games. Years ago I played on other sites bullet, but I swore it off. I will not do that. Why did I do this? God damn it, Jerry. Is this what I wanted to play? Maybe I did. He's gonna play bishop e2. Bishop e3, bishop g7. What's that? I have a novelty for Nefedov. I think I have the same game in a correspondence game. D5 is best move. This is standard. I don't know why Nefedov's thinking. Like in our simul game from weeks ago, he played the exact same position. Why is he thinking now? He's suddenly playing a different move. Why would you play a different move now? Last week you played castles. Why are you suddenly playing knight takes c6? Dude. That's ridiculous. He's suddenly avoiding my preparation by playing a different move. Man, this is an interesting position. So maybe knight e8 is better than knight d7. Does that make sense? We'll try it. This is my first time. There's a first time for everything. Knight e8 rather than knight d7. f6. Crack the structure back. There's no sacks here. If my knight is on d7, he can hit me with knight takes d5, sacking a piece. But I found this idea of knight e8 in some games. But I'm not sure if I'm better off doing this. What other move is there really, though, for black? e5, f4 is interesting. To each his own. I don't think that masters consider Nefedov's system to be legitimate. It would be hard to study it, being that it isn't really theoretically a thing. It's kind of like a homemade setup that exists, but I would doubt you could find, you know, theory on it, per se. He's 1872, but he hasn't lost a game in the last 6 games. Crazy. So as I said, this is my first time trying this. I just don't feel inspired. I'm very intimidated by Nefedov. Knight g4, bishop g4, it just sucks. Those books are dangerous. You should watch YouTube videos. I try to tell everyone that. I'm just kidding. We're just kidding. Watch out for those chess books. They might teach you something. Alright. GM Nefedov. 1872. He's rocking it with the Blitz rating. He is 1975 in classical, 1948 in rapid. That Blitz rating is disturbing. Very solid for an 1872. It's even embarrassing that I can't beat him. He's gonna have to do something about that. That's not cool. Perfect play by white. My plan was to play 94, but it's only equal. The only way to beat him, I guess, is to flag him in an equal position or something. But he seems pretty fast lately too. Like he increased his speed. Maybe in the end game. I don't know. Maybe it's possible to beat him in the end game. I really don't know. But I want to see. C5, queen c7. Then his f-pawn is hanging, so he has to play g3. Then I have like rook e8 with the idea of e5. But I don't know who's better there. I mean, I might play on the queen side. Position becomes kind of sharp if c5, queen c7, g3, a5. Takes c5 and d4. I don't know. Maybe d4 is not even a good move. Maybe I should just play like e6 or something. But Nefedov's play is basically perfect. You like can't get more perfect. The weird thing is how the last he avoided my preparation. Like he knew what I was gonna do before I did it. How would he know that in a random Blitz game I had prepared some improvement? It's almost unbelievable. Now what? e6. Yeah, he can't allow that. My bishop is really strong there. Yeah, right, Aspate? I've never had anybody accuse me of being a computer in playing on lichess for 5 years. That would be flattering. It's unbelievable. Never once have I been accused by someone. It would feel good for a change. Yeah, Nefedov's play is just, it's unbelievable. 1872? How is he 1872? Are you kidding me? Who beats him? How do they beat him? Seriously. What's that? Like, you're trying to win? He declined a repetition of position. Which is crazy. I think. That's pretty crazy, honestly. Wow. He had B4 there. But he declined rep. It's unbelievable. If he loses, it's only because he wouldn't repeat the same position and tried too hard to win. It's like a perfect game without a single mistake until the moment when he declines repetition. Right here. He goes rook e3. I played rook e6. I'm winning, apparently. Wow, I had a4. Oh my god. I just totally missed it. Damn. This is creating two connected pass pawns. Very good winning try for me. I just didn't think of it at the board. But truthfully, he was fine. He played a3. I mean, why would you play a3? It's not necessary. It's a draw. It's just a draw position. There's a Romanician game from 1976. See, this is the position where everyone plays knight d7. And I realize that knight e8 is actually better. Even Romanician played the wrong move here. Asterbate, thanks for resubscribing. That's the best. And that's the best. That's the best. That's the best. Didn't know what to play here. Best move. Best move. And this is a mistake I should take with the pawn. What? I'm supposed to play bishop takes d4 check. Transposing, basically, to the game. Queen b6, he has c5, which is sharp. Instead he played rook a d1. Only a human. Yeah, I mean, it was a draw, but I think white was like trying to win at the end. It's a draw. What's my best move here after bishop g4? Rook b6, king f7, rook b6. It's like a forced freaking draw, the whole position. Yeah, this is the move. He could have... Rook d4. Rook d4 is hard to find. That's suspicious. Yep. Good game. So maybe the last game for today. Heroku. Maybe the last game for today. I gotta go at 1:30. Nefedov avoids my preparation. Astrobate subscribed to tier 3. He gave Abject Pawn a tier 1 sub. No, it was anonymous gifter. You got crushed by an unrated 9-year-old over the board. Adrianosaur. You're 2,000 plus in every time control. Adrianosaur. I thought you ghosted me. What happened? Ghost your favorite chess streamer. You got crushed by an unrated 9-year-old. Well, at least they're unrated. I guess that's good. That they were unrated. You're in 4-player world championships? Cheese.com. Yeah, I've seen them. It reminds me of Chinese checkers when I see people playing the 4-player chess. It brings out my inner desire to play Chinese checkers. The only variant I play is Chess 960. So that's what you've been doing. This is a bad square. B6. Heroku plays too fast. That's the most common problem of online chess players. Not knowing how to use their time. We're talking about that constantly. I go into a deep trance. I want to play e4 here. But black has b4. Then e5. Then knight d5. Then queen e4. It looks alright. It's a bad queen's gambit. But it could be a bad Slav. Yeah, I mean, this is just not... It's not a configuration. But he gets away with it against weaker players. So he continues to play it, most likely. Interesting, I didn't think of knight h5. I was thinking about... What was I thinking about? b4. Okay, so if I take... And you have this square... Yeah. But I'm not cool with that. If b4, do I have to pull my knight back here? Honestly, I don't really want to trade. I don't really want to trade it. I don't really want to trade my bishop with space advantage. Knight in a bad square. On a bad square. The only problem is b4, where my knight has to go to an embarrassing position on b1. But I guess it's not that bad, you know? I mean, I might have to live with it. But his pieces are on bad squares too. Bad knight, bad bishop on b7. I mean, he has 3 pieces that are badly placed. I can accept having one that's badly placed temporarily, right? I mean, the rest of my pieces are all perfect. Generally speaking, I would exchange this dark square bishop under normal circumstances because it's my bad bishop against his good bishop. But, you know, here, where I have such a space advantage, now maybe I'm being not calculation oriented enough, but e5 would allow knight d5. This bishop is a problem, getting in the way of my queen. Thanks, Ebra, for joining me. We're going to be back on Sunday with a simul. Alright, so you make a way for your knight to retreat. You defend your kingside h7 weakness. What's the plan? You know, he's going to play knight back to g7 when the time comes, but I'm going to just mobilize. I'll play g3 as well to keep him off of f4. I don't want any surprises with a knight coming to f4. I have a problem with this knight, but I've got b3, c5, maybe knight here. I'd rather not do that. So this looks really good now. Knight here. a4, whatever. I'm coming in. And that looks terrible for black. You got to watch for this square, f4. So we're thinking almost completely in terms of strategy. You know, very little tactics in this type of position. All of my pieces are well placed. He has, I would argue, two that are very badly placed. The knight on b6 is kind of maybe not that bad. Note it just went to a4, so it's hitting b2, which is protected anyway. Now white has a clear advantage. This is a large advantage for white. But what do we do to make progress? Bishop h6. That doesn't do anything. Rook e8, knight e5. Knight e5 is an idea. Rook c2. Passive. Is black seriously gonna get in c5 here? Seriously. It's amazing how hard it is to come up with any threats for me. I really hope this c5 is impossible somehow. If c5 bishop e5, out of control with the arrows. I don't know about my last move. It looks kind of bad. This knight is not that well protected. I was thinking cheapos on a5. Can you beat GM? I don't know, man. It's been a while. I used to be able to beat GMs. Depends on the time control and my dementia. Alright. I haven't been beating anybody lately. Mostly I just teach. So yeah, this is a nice idea to use the f4 square. I don't want that. This pawn is gone. Oh my gosh, be careful. I should have... What am I supposed to do? Take with a knight there? Man, that pawn... This pawn is an issue. He has bishop a6, knight takes, and I win it anyway. That's lucky. Guys, last game, I gotta go. We're gonna be doing a simul on Sunday. Double knights, redundancy. Knights of Redundancy. Another great band name. This works. Unbelievable. That sucks. Just lost almost all my advantage. I have almost nothing. Wow. Knight c4. His queen is trapped, right? Well, he loses a bishop if he takes the pawn. Man, I had totally no clue I was going to lose that. But we're still better. Now the advantage is very small and tactical. These pawns are a little bit weaker than my pawns, I guess. Rook c5. This bishop is definitely stronger than his knight, which is just... it just sucks. I can't believe you can play this. You actually can play that. What a move, dude. That is a sick move. Holy... that is a sick move. Rook takes, pawn takes? He can't take. Yeah, he's in trouble. Guys, we have to go. It was nice knowing you. It was nice. It's been nice. Alright, so there's no c2. This is protected. B4 is weak for black. I mean, d5 is a move too. You can just play d5. Pretty strong pawn. He's got queen h3. But it's not going to save him. Queen h3 would not save him. His king is in big trouble. Wow. No threats whatsoever. It's extremely strong. His knight is completely dominated. Maybe he's blockading. That's too many passed pawns. One last trick, just for old time's sake. All right, I was gonna let you have the bishop. I think I can win with 4 pawns against the knight. He resigned. All right, that was a fun game. Anyway, guys, I gotta go. Thanks for everyone tuning in. Thanks to GM Nicola for the raid. I will be back on Sunday for our simul stream, 6:30 CEST. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks Astrobate for the tier 3 sub, especially much appreciated. For the follows, anonymous gifter as well. We'll see all you guys on Sunday for my simul, 25 board simul. Thanks Nefedov, good game, very solid as always. Bye everybody. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.